In the thriving city of Gidado, wealth flowed like river water, and at the center of it all stood the imposing mansion of the Aderinsoli family, a family so rich that their name alone could open any door in the country. Yet inside that mansion lived a girl who never felt safe inside her own wealth. Her name was Adesewa Aderinsola, a stunning young woman with eyes like polished gemstones, a voice as calm as the evening breeze, an intelligence that could rival seasoned scholars. But above all, she carried something far heavier than any burden a girl her age should bear: the burden of being too rich for her own good. Ever since she turned 18, men lined up like traders in a busy market. Handsome men, old men, sweet-talking men, suit-wearing men, even men who could barely pronounce her name. All had one mission: marry Adesewa and inherit the Aderinsola fortune. Some brought gifts, some brought lies, a few brought promises they never intended to keep, and one nearly brought danger. After escaping a marriage trap set by a businessman who wanted her dead after the wedding, Adesewa swore never to trust any man who knew her wealth. Her heart whispered a dream: find someone who loves me, not my money. And so she adopted an unusual disguise. Every morning, Adesewa would remove her silk gowns and diamonds. She tied her hair back, tucked it into a cap, and slipped into oversized trousers, a faded shirt, a pair of dusty shoes, and a masculine jacket that hid her figure. Before leaving her house, she would look in the mirror and whisper, "Today, I am Tunde, a nobody." Her wealthy father, Chief Aderinsola, disapproved. "Adesewa, this is madness. Love will find you at the right time." But she shook her head. "Not love built on lies. I need to find someone who can love me even when I look like nothing." And so she left the mansion every dawn, driving her dusty old Corolla, one the family kept for workers. She became a driver for hire, carrying passengers through the busy streets of Gidado. Most customers ignored her. Some insulted her for looking too poor. A few asked why a man with such soft features couldn't speak deeper like others. But there was one passenger, one man, who noticed her different. Ayamide was a struggling mechanical engineer, hard-working, determined, kind, but poor enough to count coins twice before boarding a bus. The first day he entered Adesewa's car, he apologized. "Driver, sir, please, I only have half the fare. If you allow me, I will pay the rest tomorrow." Most drivers would have chased him out, but Adesewa felt warmth toward him. Not romantic yet, but human. She waved him in. "Enter. Money is not everything." He smiled, and that smile became the beginning of everything. Day after day, Ayomide looked for her. Night after night, they talked during long rides. He never flirted, never boasted, never acted entitled. He simply treated her with respect. Something unusual began to grow, a bond rooted in honesty. But just as her heart was warming toward him, danger appeared. Unbeknownst to Adesewa, a man she had rejected months ago, Kola, the son of a corrupt politician, had been following her. He wanted her, not her heart, not her smile, just her inheritance. When she vanished from her rich girl life and appeared as a driver, he became even more obsessed, believing she was hiding to avoid him. One night, Kola followed her car through the dimly lit road leading to the mechanic village, where she had dropped Ayomide off. He watched Ayomide thank Tunde with sincerity. He narrowed his eyes and muttered, "This driver boy must be getting close to her. He must be stopped." Meanwhile, Adesewa's internal struggle grew. She wanted to tell Ayomide the truth. She wanted to remove the cap, shake out her hair and say, "My name is Adesewa. I am rich. I am not a man. I want to know if you will still stay." But fear chained her heart. What if he changed? What if the man she respected turned greedy? What if she lost him? One evening, as the sunset painted the sky, Ayomide looked at Tunde and said, "You are different from other drivers. There is something about you that feels gentle." Her heart skipped. Did he suspect? He continued, "But whoever you are, you're a good person. I'm glad I met you." She swallowed the truth once again. The turning point came during a stormy night. Adesewa was driving home when a black SUV rammed into her car from behind. Another blocked her path in front. She was trapped. Before she could react, men surrounded her. One grabbed her jacket, tearing it slightly. Another tried to remove her cap. Their leader stepped out. It was Kola. He smirked. "So this is where you've been hiding, Adesewa Aderinsola. Playing dress-up as a driver? You think you can run from me?" She froze. He knew. Her disguise was gone. Kola moved closer, whispering, "Your father's wealth will join our family, one way or another." She tried to run but slipped in the rain. Kola reached for her. But before his fingers touched her, a loud shout cut through the storm. "Hey! Leave him! Leave her alone!" It was Ayomide. He had seen the attack and followed on foot. He fought the men with everything in him, no weapon, just courage. He was outnumbered, beaten, thrown to the ground, but he kept getting up. Adesewa screamed, "Ayomide, stop! They're dangerous!" But Ayomide wiped blood from his lip and stepped in front of her. "I won't let them take you." Something inside her broke open. His bravery. His willingness to fight for someone he believed was just a poor, strange driver. It was the proof she had been praying for. Sirens wailed in the distance. Her father's security team had traced her GPS. Kola and his men fled. Ayomide collapsed. Adesewa knelt beside him, tears streaming. "Ayo, I'm not who you think I am." He gave a weak smile. "I don't care who you are. I just didn't want them to hurt you." Days later, Ayomide woke up in a hospital suite so luxurious it looked like a five-star hotel. At the window stood Adesewa, no cap, no jacket, no disguise. Her real beauty shone like sunlight. He blinked in confusion. "Where's Tunde?" She moved closer. "I am Tunde." His eyes widened, but he didn't speak. She took his hands. "My name is Adesewa Aderinsola. I disguised myself to escape men who wanted my wealth. But you protected me even when you thought I had nothing." Ayomide stared at her, struggling. "Why did you trust me enough to tell me?" She smiled softly. "Because you showed me what true love looks like. Brave, honest, selfless." He whispered, "So, what happens now?" She sat beside him. "Now you decide if you want the rich girl too, not just the driver." He looked into her eyes he had admired even behind the cap. "I don't love you because of your money. I love you because of your soul." Her eyes filled with tears. For the first time in years, her heart felt safe. Months later, the Aderinsola estate buzzed with celebration, not for business, not for wealth, but for the engagement of Adesewa and Ayomide. People whispered, "Isn't he the ordinary mechanic boy?" Chief Aderinsola answered proudly, "He is the man who protected my daughter when the world turned against her. That makes him richer than any of you." Adesewa walked hand in hand with Ayomide, no disguise, no fear. She had found what she searched for in the simplest place. Not in luxury, not in wealth, but in the heart of a man who loved her without knowing who she was. And that was how the beautiful rich girl who wore a man's coat finally uncovered the treasure she had been seeking. True love, love without masks, love without price.